There were no surprises in Cape Town on Friday when Saru officially named Heyneke Meyer as the new Springbok coach. The former Bulls executive of rugby has signed a 4-year contract with the national side to take the team to the next World Cup in 2015.
As you all probably speculated over the last month, and you've changed your speculation, and it was very interesting to read actually, and provided us with some entertainment. But it was a very proper process. It was a due process, and it was approved by the Exco and also by our General Counsel today. And I'm happy to say that we're at the end of the process, and I'm looking forward to the contributions that's going to follow from here on.
It gives me great pleasure, obviously, to announce formally that our new coach is Heyneke Meyer. Heyneke is no stranger to coaching and to South Africa.
It's a huge honor. I truly realize it's a huge responsibility because you carry the hopes and the dreams of the whole of South Africa on your shoulders, but I'm ready and I'm looking forward to the challenge. Ek hoop regtig dat ek sal reg laat geskied aan die groot verantwoordelikheid wat gepaard gaan met die pos. Ek hoop en ek wens dat ek altyd nederig sal bly en die span en die ondersteuners se belange bo my eie sal stel. I truly realize that winning is always the most important thing, and that I accept that I've always coached to make a difference to the people of our country, and I truly hope that I truly can make a difference to all the people of our country. I'm really motivated and committed to serve our country, and I can't wait to go. But I truly believe that a team is always bigger than an individual, and therefore I would like to thank a few people that made it possible for me to be here today. Firstly, I want to thank the Lord for blessing me with this huge opportunity and for holding my hand in all the difficult and also the great times as well. To my family, thanks for making all the sacrifices for me. I really appreciate that, and that's tough being the wife of a coach and the parents of a coach, and I truly want to thank them. I truly want to unite our country through the team, but I can't do this alone. I'm going to need every single South African citizen to help me to make this the best team in the world.
Meyer says that he won't be rushed into selecting John Smith's successor.
To name a captain now will probably be too early. I think I want to give everyone out there a fair chance. I want to get to know the players, and for me it's all about character. You know, the captain needs to be a guy with a lot of character, and I probably won't appoint the captain now for the long term. I first want to know the players and then make the final decision once I know the players. There's two types of rugby, winning rugby and losing rugby. I prefer the first one, so I'm not going to make promises the way we're going to play. The way we'll play will differ week by week, and it's my job to make the people proud and to let the team win. So I'm not going to have a fixed playing pattern. I'll look at our strengths, I'll look at the weaknesses of the opponent and work a game plan out according to that week by week. You know, probably we'll get criticism, but at the end of the day it's all about winning, and that's what I intend to do. You know, the World Cup will be the cherry on the cake, but I think, you know, obviously you want to be number one in the world for probably 8 years running. And I think you need to take it game by game, and you know, if you put the right structures in place, the right game plan in place, you get the ethos of the team ready, you get the right type of players that will die out there for their country, then the World Cup will take care of itself. But my only goal now is to prepare the team for the first test.
Yuri Roo also had kind words for Meyer's predecessor.
I think it's very important that we celebrate Peter de Villiers for what he did right and not for what he did wrong, because we all make mistakes in our jobs and what we do on a daily basis. And he did a lot of things very, very good, and he made changes within that team. First and foremost, they made that team the team of this country. And if any of you can recall the day we had before we left for the World Cup at Nelson Mandela Square, that's probably one of the most humbling and unbelievable experiences I had in my life. And Peter had a lot to do with that. So from a South African rugby side, at the appropriate time we will celebrate his contributions. And Peter's got a vast experience and knowledge, and he's learned lessons, and not only Heyneke but all of the other coaches in South African rugby setup can learn from him, and hence we will tap into his knowledge and what he's picked up over the year. But like Peter, there's other people within that structure that's also been around for the last 4 years, and we'll tap into their knowledge and their learnings over the last 4 years, and hopefully build on that to make the future a success.
What can South Africa expect from a Heyneke Meyer-led Springbok side?
Yes, I don't want to make any promises. The only promise I can make that I will take whatever it takes to let the team win and to let the country be proud of the team. So obviously there's a lot of planning that has to be done, and I'll use all the resources to my knowledge that can help me to build a quality team. So at this stage you need the buy-in of everyone and of the players, and then we'll take it forward from there.
Lots of talk about who might join you in the management setup. I know we've just said in the press conference that it's not confirmed as yet. Do you have your mind cast towards who you would want with you? Have you isolated or identified a couple of individuals that you want joining you in your own mind?
Yes, I think obviously you've worked with the best coaches in the world and against them, and obviously you want the right type of caliber person with you to take on this huge challenge. And I've thought about a lot of people. I think it's important that we get the best coaching team available, and there's a lot of negotiations that are going to be put in place before we can make an announcement.
With respect, you haven't been running a team on a day-to-day basis for a little while now. Do you think that you need some catch-up time, or does it even matter or not really?
Yeah, I've been involved with a lot of coaching and planning at the Bulls, especially with the junior side. I was also advisor at the Varsity Cup level, and spent a lot of time with the Turks Varsity Cup team. But again, it's not about me. I think if you put great minds alike and great planning, then we can work out a great game plan going forward. So I'm not worried about that. And there's a lot of great coaches that's been hands-on, so I don't see that to be a problem.
And finally, your first test in charge of the Springboks will be against England. What an occasion that's going to be. You must be looking forward to it already.
Yes, that's going to be great. Hopefully Heyneke Meyer will get that position, and he's an awesome coach, and he's one of my mentors. So I've also been fortunate to coach at Leicester, and a lot of those players will come to South Africa, and that's a great thing about rugby, that it's all about meeting people. So I'm looking forward to that, and hopefully later on I can go over to England and meet all of the Leicester people and coach against them. So it's a huge honour, and looking forward to the challenge. I think it will be a great series for the spectators.
Just one final one. I know you said in that press conference as well that you've spoken to a lot of other coaches before taking this position. Was Nick one of them?
I haven't spoken to Nick, but I've spoken to a few ex-national coaches and one or two New Zealand coaches that's coaching in South Africa. I don't want to mention names, but I am going to make mistakes, I know that, but the more you speak to people and the more you get ideas, I think probably will make less mistakes. So I'm looking forward to speak to Nick, but I think now we're looking forward to going to battle.
Meyer's first test in charge of the Springboks is against England in Durban on the 9th of June. Jean Smythe, EWN, Cape Town.